Coverstory is brought to you by IHOP.
Eagles, Cowboys in Dallas. Simply put, this is the big one.
This is the time, where you need to turn it into a new gear. As a team, you hit December late in the year, the last quarter. That's not when you're just holding on. You got to turn it on.
And the Birds are turning it on with first place on the line.
I think we've been playing with a sense of urgency, over the past few weeks, just because we know what's at stake. We can't really take any more losses. Division opponents, this is, a big test this week.
This may be a big one, but the Eagles played in the biggest one. Remember the Super Bowl? They say they're pulling from that run as they head to Dallas.
The moment is not too big for them, and they know that all they got to do is just their job, and, we can come out with the victory. You just can't go out there searching for plays because of the moment sometimes. And sometimes you do that because it's a big moment, you know how much you need it, and all you have to do is your job, and that's it.
The Eagles lost to the Cowboys the first time around this season. Now, they say they're a different team, and they've made changes.
The first time we played them, we only played for, a half, and we kind of gave up. Let them get some type of momentum in the second half, and for us, we just got to go out and play 4 quarters, which we have done it in the last 2 weeks. We finished teams, and just got to keep that momentum.
The Eagles are entering the 4th quarter of their season. A win today puts the Birds in first place. A loss, and their playoff hopes are dead. There's no other way to say it. This is the big one, and the Birds need to finish.
Got to really put 4 quarters together. In a game like this, where we both know each other so well, just played a couple weeks ago. It's not going to come down to anything fancy or anything. It's just going to come down to guys making plays, and then we just got to execute better than that.
Our guys are still playing for a lot of reasons, and so a lot of pride in the locker room. So both games are at the same time, and we just got to focus on Washington and get through that game.
The Eagles are staying alive. Their shot at the playoffs all comes down to today. But as we told you, it really comes down to 2 things: an Eagles win and a Vikings loss. Both games are at the same time, though, which leads to the questions: will the Birds be scoreboard watching?
Put up on the scoreboard, definitely be motivating, just knowing you have a chance to go into the postseason.
If we get an update and we're taking care of our business, then it is what it is. But the most important thing to do is focus on the game.
What more can I say? We live it.
So, at least publicly, this locker room is a divided room on whether or not they want to know the score. Brandon Graham is a little more realistic.
Obviously, they're going to put it up. We're going to see it. But, at the end of the day, we try not to get distracted off what's our goal is to win, because we got to win in order to, give ourselves a chance.
Because the Eagles don't control their own destiny, they say they're focused on controlling what they can control: a win over the Redskins. Nick Foles is pulling from a lesson he learned growing up.
It's like my dad said that, growing up, don't worry about the score, and I didn't always listen, stubborn, and you just want to play, you look at the score, then it does affect you somehow how you play.
That's the simple truth here. If the Birds want to stay alive through the new year, they have to stay in the moment and make sure they do their part to get into the playoffs.
All you have is winning that game. So if we know, one scenario is guaranteed, that if we don't win, we won't be in. So for us, we have to put everything we have into that, and so the rest will take care of itself.
Staying alive, staying alive.